I didn't think I'd be singing Nunes' name at the end there. What a game, what a result. That puts in the driving seat, doesn't it? Come on, City!
5 Premier League games to go then, starting with this one against Aston Villa at home today. And then, of course, at the weekend, it'll be a trip to Etihad South Wembley for the FA Cup semi-final against Nottingham Forest. So 2 huge games. I'm not saying that tonight's game against Aston Villa will decide whether City qualify for the Champions League next year. I don't think that's true. I think they could even lose this game, and I'm still pretty confident they would finish in the top 5 given the fixtures that they've got remaining. However, it will be seen by many people as a 6-pointer, as they call it, because Villa, of course, want to get in that Champions League spot as well. So once again, very big thank you to Timson for supporting what I do, which is really, really brilliant of them, and also to Amar Development UK, another one of the supporters that have been very loyal to what I do, and to M&M Artwork and Mirrors, who are brilliant for framing things and just buying bespoke pieces of artware, really. They're based in Middleton. Look them up and they'll sort you out, I'm sure. Now, before I find out who I'm going to beat and bump into today, let me introduce you to Paul Power, former City captain, former City player, who is my special guest on the audio podcast, the weekly audio podcast that I do, which you can find on SoundCloud or iTunes or Spotify or wherever you find your podcast. And he was a cracking guest this week. Here's what he had to say about these 2 upcoming games, tonight against Villa and then Forest at the weekend.
The big games, these players are psychologically right up for games like this, and I think when good players, top players, are psychologically right, the team is really impressive. And I think City will have all that going for them in both these games. There's so much at stake. I think the staff around the dressing room will be geeing everybody up, making them feel $1 million, and make sure that they're ready when they go out on the pitch. That they've got the right sort of psyche to approach the game. If things start to go slightly wrong for them, then they've got quality on the bench where they can make the changes as well. So, yeah, I think they'll both be good games, as you say. All 3 teams are liable to make mistakes and concede goals, so that makes it even more exciting. So, look forward to good games, but good results are more important.
It's a massive game. I think a little bit of the jeopardy has been taken off with us winning at Everton. I think that was a must. I was on one of the forums the other day and somebody had done some predictions between now and the end of the season of us finishing 5th, and they actually factored in 2 draws, one against Everton and one against Villa. So the fact that we've won at Everton, I think is a big difference. Having said that, I think a win tonight should virtually do it for us. A draw's not a complete disaster, but to go into the match with that mentality isn't really the right thing to do. So I think form's good normally against Villa here, and I fancy us to go on and win it if we score first. Get rid of all the unforced errors, the individual unforced errors, massive thing. And I think we can do it. All depends on when the team news is out.
Let me paint the other picture then. You've given us if they win and lose, draw. What if they lose?
I don't think it's the end of the world because we won at Everton, so we've 3 points from the 2 games, which is better than 2 draws. But I think we've still got to have that mentality of being at home, and if we win tonight, it's going to be a massive step forward. Massive step forward.
I think this is a tough game. Villa are a strong side, powerful side. I was sceptical about the signing pick for Saturday with Bernardo, Gundo and Kevin in the same side. I thought we might struggle, but we came through. But I think he needs a bit more power, having Kovacic on. I mean, we can beat them. We've got the talent in the team to beat them, but it's going to be a tough game.
What have you made of, I don't know if you've seen them, what have you made of Kevin's comments about, him seeming to want to stay and not being offered anything?
I think I think that's probably a little unfair on the club. They've paid a lot of money for a star man who's spent most of the last 2 years sat on the bench, and when he's good, against Palace we saw Kevin De Bruyne at his best, but how many times have we seen that this season? And if he is on 350, 400 grand a week, at some point the club has got to recycle and to do something different. And it's horrible to see legends go. We saw Vinny go, we've seen Kevin go, David Silva go, Sergio go. You could argue Sergio went too early, but at some point in time there's got to be a new guard. We're the only lasting pieces, and even we get recycled. So I don't know. I think it was the right choice for the club.
Whoa, big game. Both teams fighting for that Champions League place. Villa had a great one against Newcastle, so they'll be up for it, but I think City will do it.
You've been in the dressing room for these big games, geeing the players up in your role. What's it like in there? Do they get tense before big games?
Yeah, each player's different. They have different reactions, But excitement probably more than anything. I mean, there's not that many games left of the season, so they'll be looking forward to each one now. So they'll be buzzing for the kick-off, definitely.
They'll win though, won't they?
I would think so, yeah.
Villa are in good form, 6 wins I think on the spin. But I've been encouraged by our last two performances in particular. I thought we were superb second half at Everton, and after we'd given Palace the gift of two to start with, we played really, really well. So I would say I'm optimistic. I'm not massively confident, but I think we'll do enough to win tonight, Cheesy. And I'm going to go for 2-1. I think they'll score, pretty decent up top, but I think we'll win it 2-1.
Paul Power said that he thinks the City step up when they need to.
Yeah, I think he's right. And there's, whilst it isn't the pressure that we've had in previous title-winning campaigns, it's a big pressure to get to the Champions League, and I think there's 5 teams competing for it at the moment. But I think we'll do enough, and in Pep we trust always.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a close game. Nothing in it. If I'm absolutely honest, I think I'd sell for a point right now. But hopefully we can get all 3.
When you played in big games like this, Asa, did you get nervous?
Of course you do, and especially now when they're consistently, we've won the last 4 league titles, so and we're back up there, and they know what they've got to do to qualify. It's not going to be easy because there's some hard games still left in the Premier League. Plus, apart from the semi-final against Forest.
Should do it tonight though, shouldn't they?
With a bit of luck, yeah. Well, we're in a bit of form. Both teams, like Villa were excellent at the weekend. Just blew Newcastle away. That takes some doing. But is it 5 in the trot we've won? So hopefully we'll just squeak it.
A lot of people will know you as Ginger Wig, because I know you know a lot of memorabilia, which people love, which is great. What are you thinking about tonight's game?
Tough game, I think, tonight. The Villa destroyed Newcastle the other day, which I was surprised about. Newcastle have been on a good run, so I think particularly with Ollie Watkins up front, and I've not seen the team yet, but Ollie Watkins and pace against City. We've been quite slow the last couple of matches particularly against United and against Everton. We've been a slower tempo to the game, so if they come and try to attack us with a counter, I think it'd be a tough game.
You obviously love watching City as much as you've ever done, don't you?
Yeah, always. Yeah, I mean, it's different nowadays with VAR. I'm not a huge fan of VAR. I think that's taken some of the enjoyment of being a matchday fan. But as a general football fan, you love City, whatever. If they're playing here, or if they're even with the 115 charges, if they get relegated to the Division 5, whatever, I'll be there, whatever. So it's just City, isn't it?
Was it a penalty or wasn't it a penalty?
It's one of them. I mean, Craig Pawson wanted nothing to do with it initially, so I was quite happy to go with that. But as soon as he got called over to the screen, I think he was always going to give it. There was contact, but it didn't look enough to me for a penalty initially. But like I say, once he gets called to the screen, then I think he's always going to give it.
What about that first half overall then?
Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, with them hitting the post within the first minute. I mean, Tielemans, is the big danger for me. Fantastic player in a real great vein of form. You know, Kovacic after that marked him really tightly and kept an eye on him, but he showed what a dangerous player he can be. And it's interesting. I mean, we're sort of playing with almost two split strikers in Matchday and Matheus. There's no sort of real focal point. They're sort of pinning Villa back, the back four, but then probably not creating quite enough City at the moment. But the second half to come, we live in hope, Cheesy.
Can't wait for Sunday now. Come on! I didn't think I'd be singing Nunes' name at the end there. What a game, what a result. That puts us in the driving seat, doesn't it? Come on, City!
That was the old City till we fight till the end, wasn't it?
It was, mate, it was. And the ref made it a bit difficult, didn't he? But we battled on. We got there. Got to stick with it, haven't you?
Were you one of those who didn't think it was a penalty then?
I watched a couple of replays of it and I don't think he got the ball, to be honest. It was a bit clumsy. It was soft as puppy poo, but you know, they go against you sometimes. You've got to show character like that and you get back. Anyway.
I should do it now, shouldn't it, for Champions League?
Not count me chickens, mate. Take care.
Never a problem, Ian, never a problem. Nunes, I've been saying all through the game, what a player. What a player. Tell you what.
Have you been saying that all through the game?
Ian, you know me, I do tell a few fibs now and again. I must be honest, that referee spoiled the game. He didn't have a good one, did he?
You don't think it was a penalty then?
Well, from where I am in South Sand, it's really difficult. I'd be lying if I said I didn't know. People have messaged me and said they thought it had collided. Rashford held back a bit, I don't know. But hey, they deserve what they got, nothing. And that is important. Cheers, fella. I'm an happy man.
It was difficult. They weren't as good as what they expected to be, and it was brilliant.
It seems to be playing for a draw, Villa, for a long time in that game, didn't they?
Oh, absolutely. They were time wasting everything, as everybody does against City. So, best result.
On to Wembley next.
Wembley. Come on, City! Come on, City!
I'll see you every week, and I say so much about the introduction of Doku comes too late. It came and it worked. He needs more game time. He makes things happen that right now we're not making happen. So he deserves it. He makes things happen. Matheus was very good first half, tailed off a bit I thought, and then it gives us just impetus that the aging legs can't give us. See you Sunday. Come on, City.
Well, that's what dreams are made of, Ian, innit? You know, the season's been a bit drab, hasn't it? But to finish the season like we are doing now, a good win against Everton 2-0 at the weekend, a good 2-1 win at home tonight against a very, very, very good side in Villa. Emery's thrown all of his best players on at the end, all of his forwards. He's gone for the jugular. In the end, Doku's delivered the absolute jugular ball across goal, and it's a wonderful finish from Nunes. A guy that's come in for a lot of flack recently, who for me isn't the best central midfielder at the club, definitely isn't going to be a right back for the rest of his career, but he's turned up with the winning goal tonight, and I can't thank him enough. Doku there, showing the maverickness of himself. They were expecting him to check it onto his right. Pep was expecting him to check it onto his right. Instead, he's played a lovely Trivela with the outside of the foot, and who arrives at the back post? Sir Matheus Nunes. Get in there, Ian. We've won in the last minute, and it feels great to be a Blue, doesn't it? Regardless of whether we win the title or not, we are City, and we will fight till the end.
Well, in terms of qualifying for the Champions League, I think that's probably it. I mean, I know there are still some more games to go. Trips to Southampton and Fulham, and home games against Bournemouth and next up Wolves. So, you know, it can go wrong, but I don't think it will now. Wins against Everton and Aston Villa tonight, who seem to be playing for the draw for me for a long time in that game, should do it. Next up is Etihad South. It's the FA Cup semi-final. Of course, I will be down there to see if City can beat Nottingham Forest. Should be a fascinating game. If you see me on Wembley Way, if you want to contribute to the vlog, then come and say hello. You'll be very, very welcome. In the meantime, have a good week. Don't forget that audio podcast with Paul Power, which is a really good one for you to listen to. I really enjoyed doing that, and Paul had some great opinions as well. So thanks for watching, and as always, it's great to be a Blue.